right, welcome to the Cherrypicker Podcast. I am very excited to have our guest Richard Levychin from Galleros Robinson, New York-based CPA firm, global CPA firm with offices in Florida, New Jersey, Chicago, Philippines. Welcome, Richard. How are you?
Thanks so much for having me. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
We're doing great. I'm really excited to have you here. Obviously, the whole purpose of this podcast is to shed some light on the culture, hiring initiatives of Galleros Robinson, learn a little bit more about what you look for in a potential candidate, to give some added context onto what you look for. Our main goal here at Cherrypicker is to deliver top talent to employers, and we want to make sure they 100% understand what you're looking for as well. So love to jump right into it and learn a little bit more about yourself, how you got into Galleros Robinson. You are the managing partner there, and would love to learn a little bit more about the company's culture, hiring processes. We'll get through some of those questions today. But first, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your firm and what makes you guys unique.
So, Galleros Robinson, we're about 80 odd people. I joined the firm back in October of 2018. I'm the managing partner in charge of the New York City office, which is currently located at Madison and 52nd Street. We have offices in New York City, Jersey, Boca Raton, Florida, Philippines, and also in Chicago. We actually operate in two sectors, public sector and private sector. Public sector is not-for-profit, governmental, employee benefits. The private sector, which is the practice group that I run, I'm the practice group leader, and is in private sector, we deal with privately and publicly held companies and high net worth individuals. Four primary lines of service: financial statement assurance, which is audits, compilations, reviews, preparation of financial statements. We do a ton of tax work, business, individual, not-for-profit, estate and trust, with a primary focus on tax mitigation strategies. We do client advisory services where we advise clients on a plethora of issues, starting again with tax mitigation strategies, addressing complex accounting issues for financial reporting, identifying a combination of in-source and outsource solutions for handling their day-to-day accounting, cross-border issues, state and local tax issues, advisory services in the areas of mergers and acquisitions, and we've also advised clients on going through the public process, and pretty much anything and everything that an individual or a business can come up with. And the last thing we do is what's called CFO support services, where we support the finance and accounting operations of the larger companies. Example would be we get involved with the 10Q and 10K for publicly held companies.
That's great.
So
Full
that's
service sounds like full service. Now, do these individuals or employees that work with you, I mean, how many total employees do you have?
We're well over 80 right now. We're projected to, when I joined the firm in October 2018, I think we were just under 20.
Oh, wow. So you guys are fast
So
growing, picked up a lot of clients. It sounds like you picked up a lot of service lines. It sounds like you're headed in a very good direction.
yeah, I mean, we've actually grown organically and through acquisition. We've done at least one acquisition a year every year since I've joined the firm.
Well, that's great. That's good to hear. If you're a prospective job seeker, obviously companies are growing, and that's great to hear. So I think what we want to learn a little bit more about also is the type of individual that you look to hire. I obviously have all these different service lines. Talk a little bit about, do these individuals get experience on everything? Are they segmented? Is there internal mobility? Talk to us a little bit about the firm's hiring culture and how you service them, or how you integrate them within your organization.
Well, in terms of how we identify candidates, it's actually global. So we operate at under what's called the simple math theory. And what the simple math theory basically says is that the more individuals that you're able to touch, the better chance that you're going to find the person that fits your firm's culture and the particular needs of an open position for the price you want to pay. And it also works on the revenue side. The more individuals you're able to touch, the better chance you're going to get the type of customers you want, clients you kind of want, for the price that you're offering. So in essence, again, we're a global firm. So we actually have people sitting in the Philippines, sitting in the UK. We have somebody from Mongolia. So like a lot of firms, we have our people sitting across the United States and in other countries. We actually have a physical office in the Philippines. But we don't just limit ourselves to hiring people in New York City. We've built a paperless, cloud-based type firm. We spent a lot of money in technology, and we've embraced the whole hybrid model of employing people, which is in line with kind of where the industry, we see the industry is going right now. We look for talent that are comfortable operating in that diverse community. So we're a fairly diverse firm. I would say 50% of the people that work here are female, top to
Wow.
bottom, all the way up to the partner level. Very diverse racially. We have a fairly robust LGBTQ community. And we encourage people to bring their authentic selves to the workplace.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that definitely fits in line with the world today. I mean, obviously, women are taking over, and we're really excited to see them take more initiative and grow within organizations and become leaders. The fact that you guys are a very diverse, inclusive organization and flexible work arrangement can be very, very attractive for potential job seekers. So that's good to know. Not only are you growing, but you're in line with the world's issues and you're very aware of what's happening. So to talk to me a little bit about what your typical hiring process is like. Do they obviously you have offices all over the country or all over the globe. It sounds you guys have a hybrid model. Do you do video interviews? Do you have in-person interviews, hybrid, different combination of both? Talk to me a little bit about your interview process and what it would look like.
Yeah, it's a combination of both. So, for example, in the Philippines, that tends to be more video. So it'll be a series of Zoom meetings. In the Philippines, we actually have a recruiting firm that helps us identify individuals in the Philippines. In the Philippines, we only recruit from Big Four accounting firms. As a matter of fact, to kind of drill down, we've only been really recruiting from the three of the four. Right now, we're Price Waterhouse, Deloitte, and EY are the firms that we tend to recruit from. And I do believe that our salaries in the Philippines are one of the highest of all the firms in the Philippines. The thing that kind of differentiates us from other firms in the Philippines, all the big firms have offices in the Philippines and people working there. We tend to hire people that have that 2 to 10 year experience working with these big firms. And what we bring to the table, we tend to pay higher in the salary, and we have them work less hours. And because we're a smaller firm, they get higher visibility because we spend a lot of money on culture. And because we have all different diverse cultures, it can get kind of interesting here. But ultimately, that's just the nature of the partners being comfortable working in diverse cultures. So in essence, anytime somebody joins a firm, whether or not they're advanced has nothing to do with the color of their skin or their gender or their sexual preferences, because everybody that's a leader in this firm, they're going to see somebody that looks like them or comes from their culture. So that's kind of the thing that we feel that people kind of embrace. Because it's a smaller firm, you get higher visibility amongst the partners. So in essence, you're able to actually advance quicker because your work is not buried amongst hundreds of other people. So the good news is that if you do well, you're able to advance quickly. If you're not doing well, it'll be seen very relatively quickly.
That's great. So you have a lot of opportunity, internal mobility. It sounds like you hire great talent from the big four firms in the Philippines. I guess here, US based, do you prefer candidates from a mid-sized firm, larger firm, smaller firm? Because if somebody's looking at joining Galleros Robinson, what do you typically look for in terms of their skill set? Is it an overall audit tax mix? Is it just an audit type tax? Like, what would you like to see in a prospective candidate?
Well, what we're seeing when I started in the profession last century, you tended to see people that had a combination of audit, accounting, and tax. But now, as you kind of get into this century, people are more specialized in one bucket or another. We do have some people within the firm that do operate on both sides of the fence. But what we're seeing is that they're either specialized in either the audit and assurance or the tax side. In terms of the people that we look at in the US, again, we still like to look at the big four model, but we will drop down to the mid-sized firm. The reason why we kind of isolate for the big four accounting firms in the Philippines is because we feel that we have a competitive advantage over them. So if you have a competitive advantage in that industry, then you go for the best. So that's kind of our thought process. So what we're seeing in our market, a couple of things. Number one, in our market, which is the public accounting market, competition for talent is fierce. And the current turnover rate in public accounting is approaching 15%. Within our firm, we're under 4%.
So how do you retain talent? So what is your secret? I'm sure everybody wants to know.
So there's a couple of things that we spend money on. One is technology. We're constantly looking to find the best technology because we want our people to have the best technology. Not only does it make the firm run more efficiently, but it keeps people interested knowing that they're getting the coolest, grooviest tool out there. And right now we're looking at starting to take a look at AI solutions to make life that much easier. So because our staff tends to be young, they want to be up on the coolest type thing. The other area that we focus on is it really is culture. So in essence, what we look to do a lot of times with firms that have offices overseas, particularly smaller firms our size, they tend to not bring those people into their culture. Those people aren't baked into their culture. They're like the outsourced guys. With us, everybody that works in the firm, no matter where they're sitting, they're part of the team, they're part of the culture. They're on partner track, just like across the board, doesn't matter where you're sitting.
Fully integrated. I love that. I think that's really important, especially with the younger generation. They love to work in teams. They love to interact. I mean, they're very good with technology. So this is a very good value prop for somebody looking at Galleros Robinson. So if you're looking for a growing, smaller, mid-sized firm that's got Big Four talent, that's at your firm. So maybe a Big Four person that's looking to go a little bit smaller, because obviously you can get lost in a Big Four public accounting firm and being a small fish in a big pond. But coming there with that experience, they really want to get a more hands-on integrated feel that's culturally holds a lot of value for them. That's a lot of people that we come across. A lot of the younger generation is looking for collaboration. They're looking for a culture as a number one driver. Besides, of course, money. A lot of people are money motivated, but of course that comes with experience and skill level. But that's great. So talk to me a little bit about your recruitment strategy, overall business goals over the next 5 years. So if somebody wants to come work for Galleros Robinson, talk to me a little bit about like where you're headed, and I guess a little bit about what it's like with work-life balance and maybe also growth. It's kind of hard to do both. Obviously, there's a work hard, play hard culture, or there's a head down, all work all the time, or sometimes you got a very laid back environment. I think everybody's different. Everybody's looking for something different. So tell me a little bit about the firm's decision when it comes to long-term growth and overall business goals.
Well, in terms of my team's goal, our mantra is we work hard, we play harder.
Mhm.
So, we're very much of a party type firm. We have at least a half a dozen events during the course of the year.
I love that.
But the thing is that, again, it starts first with great technology and then great culture. In terms of where we're looking to go, this time next year, we should be over 100 people. And the type of people that we're looking for is, we're looking for individuals that want to have a more intimate professional experience. We're looking for individuals that feel comfortable operating in a diverse experience, not only diverse in terms of the types of people that work within the firm, culture-wise, but diverse in terms of the types of clients that we engage with. So sometimes it's very large clients, sometimes it can be small, what we call emerging fast growth companies. So there's a sense of electricity that kind of comes with dealing with our clients. We're also looking for people that are comfortable being in a more intimate type setting, and like to have people that have somewhat of a social conscience in terms of how they view life, look at life. We're not a political firm, but we do have Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, everybody across the board working. We really want people to kind of, again, bring their culture and they bring their authentic selves to the firm. A lot of times when you work for a firm, the person that shows up at work is you bring your presentation of who you are within that firm. We don't want you to bring your presentation. We want to bring your authentic self to the firm. And how the firm got that way was that our CEO, Nora Galleros, was a part of the big firm, and she simply was the seeing of bids. And she did not want men and women to have that experience of not being able to see their families. So in essence, what she decided to do was to create a family first firm. So our core values are designed is just one word. I know a lot of people spend a lot of money and spend a lot of time coming with their core values, and I think that's very important. And that people write these beautiful, beautiful core values that are like a paragraph long. Our core value is one word. It's called family. That's it. We treat our people like family. We operate as like a family firm, like a family business. And everybody's got access to the partners. And what we find that when you give everybody access to the partners, they only come in if there's an issue. We push our people to advance to the next level, give them all the tools and resources necessary. But our whole thing is lift as you climb. So as you're moving up, you have to pull the person underneath you to take over your job. So we're actually looking for people to kind of replace themselves with the person below them so they can move up to the next level. So we're very serious about giving our people the tools and skill sets to be able to kind of get to that next level. And we want our people to be happy. We want them to have work-life balance. We have flexible schedules on Fridays whereby everybody can leave at 2 o'clock on Friday in the summertime. And we try to mitigate the amount of hours that our people work. So public accounting, the hours can get pretty bad, 60 to 80 hours a week. We purposely overstaff so that we keep people into as close to 40 to 50 hours as much as possible. Because we
Really important these days.
It's very important. And we don't do it because, I don't know, because it's this cool thing we're supposed to do. We do it because people are going to be more efficient and more effective if they have work-life balance. And if you commit to that and they see that you're serious about it, and you're doing it because that's the right thing to do. And quite frankly, it also works from a business standpoint. And what we're seeing in a lot of industries, people are just not getting that. The leaders are just not getting that. They're stuck in this old model of just working the heck out of you. And the workers are kind of rebelling and they're moving on and trying to find places where that type of mindset that does not exist. In my mind, that's not good business. That is not a smart way to run your firm. You need to look at where the trends are, look at where people are going, and stop this nonsense of, they're a bunch of young, spoiled kids that they're just acting up. No, they're not acting up. They're not. This is what the future is. This is what's next. And if you want to engage them, this is where you need to come from. And they're not going to change their minds, and they're not going to wake up and grow up one day. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, this is great. Well, Richard, this has been amazing. I really appreciate you shedding a lot of light on Galleros Robinson. Sounds like you guys are doing a lot of really great things. You're on the forefront of technology. You're very aware of what this upcoming generation is looking for. So if you're looking for a public accounting firm that's growing, if you're looking for somebody that you're looking for a flexible work arrangement, if you're looking to touch upon different industries, you want to have a small firm feel, but big culture where they take care of their people, their family first. You heard it here first. Check out Galleros Robinson. We are excited to have them here in the Cherrypicker world of the Cherrypicker platform, so you could find them. Hopefully they reach out to you and show interest in you. You could download the Cherrypicker app in the app stores, the Google Play Store, and it's free to download to join. And there'll be companies like Galleros Robinson that are looking for candidates just like you, hopefully to take their firm to the next level and take your career to the next level. So want to thank Richard Levychin again from Galleros Robinson. Thank you for joining us, and hope to have more of these soon to share with you guys. Have a great day. Take care.